And Joseon, welcome back to That 70s Rock Fan, where we cover some of the great Korean content. Today we're talking about the hit Netflix romance drama Bon Appétit, Your Majesty. Now, Bon Appétit, Your Majesty is proving to be a big 2025 hit for Netflix, and it's easy to see why, because it contains multiple favourite themes and tropes that we love in K-dramas. There's time travel to the Joseon era, there's royal intrigue, there's action, there's comedy, and there is food, glorious food, in mouth-watering quantities. And add in a superb cast and tremendous production values, and it's got a winning recipe. Released in August, this 12-episode series stars the effervescent Im Yoon-ah and rising heartthrob Lee Chae-min, and it's already racked up rave reviews for its good vibes and clever twists. So if you're craving something light yet layered, this one is definitely for you. Now, before we continue, there will be some spoilers, but not too many, as I think you should see the show for yourself. And as always, if you could click the like button, share the video out, and consider subscribing, that would be awesome.
Mais quelle bonne surprise, Madame Young!
난 지금까지 미슐랭 3스타 셰프로 꿈꿨는데.
사람이냐 귀신이냐?
셰프요. 요리사.
So let's start with the plot. Our heroine, Young Yi-young, is a fierce French-trained chef in modern Seoul, on the cusp of culinary glory after winning a high-stakes TV cooking competition. She is gifted a mysterious Joseon-era recipe book, which will play a large part throughout the story. And with this book in hand, during a freak solar eclipse on a plane, she stumbles through a wormhole straight into the Joseon era in the notorious reign of King Yi-hyun.
어차피 돌아갈 방법도 모르니까 이판사판이다. 오늘의 요리는 스테이크입니다. 파스타.
트라.
맛있죠? 맛있어 죽겠죠?
So she has to navigate 16th century Korea, where one wrong chop could mean your head. And mistaken for a spy at first, Jae-young's quick wits and innovative cooking catch the eye of the brooding king, who is a ruler infamous for his tyrannical temper, but also his gourmet palate. And as she rises from prisoner to royal chef, Jae-young navigates the treacherous court politics. Of course, it's Joseon era. There's always treacherous court politics. There's jealous rivals and a slow-burning romance that simmers like a perfect stock.
네가 주홍역 살고 싶지 않은 것이야.
아니 지금 뭐 하는 거야?
전하께서 그 계집에게 흥미를 느끼신 게 분명해.
But amidst assassination plots and forbidden flirtations, her modern know-how doesn't just save her skin, it starts melting the king's icy exterior, forcing him to confront his haunted past and challenge his actions as a ruler. Of course, the question is, could this change time and history if she changes his ways?
주상전하랑 저랑 썸 타고 그런 사이 아니거든요?
써.
내 오늘은 그냥 넘어가지 않을 것이다.
정말 돌아가고 싶다. 나 돌아갈래.
Now, without diving into too much of the historical backdrop, because I'd urge you to read up on this fascinating period yourself, the series draws heavy inspiration from the reign of King Yeon Sangun, who ruled from 1494 to 1506, and he was one of Joseon's most notorious tyrants. So early in his rule, he was a cultured patron of the arts and a big food lover, but discovering his mother's horrific execution, poisoned and buried alive by various court factions, he became a vengeful monster and launched bloody purges while indulging in lavish parties, forced entertainments, and even rebuilding his mother's palace as a pleasure den. So it's very interesting that they've chosen to try and take that period and that character and insert a story around it which may put a different light on it. because being a fantasy, the King Yi Hyun echoes the real life's king's trauma-fueled rage and gourmet obsessions, but the show has to soften those edges for romance, using Ji Young's empathy to humanize the tyrant, all the while she's struggling to find her way back to the future. Food, which is often an obsession in Korean shows, is front and center of this show, and a series of mouth-watering challenges to her talents as she faces off against other royal cooks and then visiting Ming chefs in a series of kind of like historical versions of the TV competitions she won in modern times. So every episode features a lot of drool-worthy visuals of sizzling pans and elegant hanbok-clad feasts that make you want to pause for some snacks. The story zips along with a lot of humour from cultural clashes, like explaining microwaves to eunuchs. That's an interesting image. And heart-tugging moments as Ji Young grapples with altering history or finding her way home. And there's echoes of a lot of other of our favourite Joseon shows like Mr. Queen, but I think with a lot more food in this one than Mr. Queen. So as well as those superbly staged food interludes, the cast is wonderful. Leading the charge is Im Yoon-ah of Confidential Assignment fame, as well as many other shows and movies. She plays the plucky Ji Young. Her bubbly energy and her sharp comic timing do make every quip land within the show. But opposite her, Lee Chae-min is excellent as the conflicted King Yi Hyun, with a lot of brooding intensity, but evolving into more tender vulnerability as he grows closer to our chef. This could be a star-making turn for him. It's a remarkable performance, as he only had a few days to prepare for the role after replacing Park Sung-hoon at very short notice. Now, Kang Han-ah steals a lot of scenes as the scheming concubine. There's always a scheming concubine. Kang Mok-joo and Choi Gi-hwa is chewing the scenery as the opportunistic Prince Yi-seon, the king's uncle, adding a lot of roguish flair. He's always very good. But I also want to give a very special shout out to Jo Jae-yeon, who played Ming chef Tang Bai-long. Now, those who appreciated his villainous role in Alchemy of Souls and in shows like Nightflower know just how good an actor he is, and this may have appeared to be too small a role for him, but he absolutely slays it as the Ming master chef by day, but righteous secret agent by night, with an intriguing backstory. And I'm not exaggerating when I say I would watch an entire show based around his character if they ever chose to make it, because he's that interesting. So to sum up for my review, this is a very solid and entertaining K-drama, kind of downright delicious in many places, very binge-worthy. So in terms of some kind of score, it's got to be a solid 8 or 8.5 out of 10. Food scenes are almost pornographic in the best way, with fantastic cinematography and staging, and the lead duo have a lot of great chemistry. So go watch it and have a good time. What did you think of the show? If you have watched it, drop your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more Korean entertainment reviews. Thank you for watching. And until next time, as always, stay well, don't skip your meals, and live your best life. And Younggi, geseo.